People like wine for a variety of reasons, including the flavor, the scent, and just relaxing with a glass of wine and good companions. If you like drinking wine, or sure you want to know what the most expensive wine bottles in the world are, don't you? This would be a deal breaker for many folks. Of course, if you have the money, it doesn't seem like much of a problem. Have you ever wondered which wines are the most costly in the world? In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 most expensive wines in the world. Welcome to our YouTube channel, and before we begin the video, don't forget to hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Number 10. Chateau Lafite 1787, $156,450. Okay, so 1787 is rather old, particularly given that this bottle of Bordeaux at this price was purchased in 1985. But keep in mind that even the greatest Bordeaux only lasts around 50 years. So it's been 200 years? Don't even think about it. Why is the price so high? This particular bottle, however, had the initials the J carved onto it. That's correct, Jefferson was a wine connoisseur. During his tenure as ambassador to France, he often visited Bordeaux and Burgundy in search of wine for his cellar back home. Number 9. Ampoule from Penfolds, $168,000. On a list of the most expensive wines ever created, a bottle from the 2000s? Of course, yes, but this isn't your normal wine. Consumption is an experience all on its own. The bottle does not have the typical form that we are all used to. Instead, the wine is stored in ampoules without a cork or a screw cap. The wine comes from Penfolds, the most well-known winery in South Australia. The Block 42 Cabernet Sauvignon ampoules are the most expensive wines to be retailed straight from a vineyard to date, with each bottle costing $168,000 and a single glass costing $850. Number 8. Domaine Leroy Musigny Grand Cru 1990, $224,000. According to Michael Bettinen, a respected French wine specialist, the 1990 Domaine Leroy is a refreshing reminder of the difference between decent and extraordinary. This magnificent wine, widely recognized as one of the greatest in the world, is a real testament to quality and flavor. Because of its subtle complexity and exceptional rarity, the 1990 Domaine Leroy Musigny Grand Cru is worth every cent of its $224,000 price tag. A high-priced wine with unrivaled taste. Number 7. Chateau Margaux 1787, $225,000. For wine aficionados, the tale of the 1787 Chateau Margaux does not end well. This Chateau Margaux was formerly held by U.S. President Thomas Jefferson and is now valued at $225,000 by wine trader William Sokolin. He brought it to a Bordeaux dinner and accidentally knocked it over, smashing the bottle. Despite the fact that Sokolin's insurance covered him, he will never be able to sample this beautiful wine. Number 6. Chateau Lafite 1869, $230,000. Despite the fact that each bottle was estimated to fetch up to $60,000, a regular-sized bottle from the Chateau Lafite's 1869 bidding war for the rare vintage sold for $230,000 at a Sotheby's auction in Hong Kong in 2010. Despite its age, the collector recognized the wine and paid $690,000 for all three available 1869 bottles. This is the most anybody has ever spent on a standard-sized bottle of wine, and the owner may slowly enjoy the first two bottles while retaining the third bottle as a source of jealousy for everyone. Number 5. Shipwreck 1907 Heidsieck, $275,000. Most people would consider $275,000 for a bottle of wine to be excessive, but this wine has an interesting and fascinating backstory that justifies the price. During World War I, a ship carrying the wine was sunk by a German submarine, forcing it to sink to the ocean floor for more than 80 years. The wreckage was discovered in 1997, and 2,000 bottles were recovered. Even if you can't drink it, $275,000 gives you an incredible piece of history, as well as a terrific tale to tell at dinner parties. Number 4. Chateau Cheval Blanc 1947, $303,375. The 1947 Chateau Cheval Blanc is the third most expensive wine on our list. It was auctioned off for $303,375 to an undisclosed bidder and is considered as the best Bordeaux ever created. Chateau Cheval Blanc is considered one of the world's most distinguished winemakers, having attained the coveted Premier Grand Cru Class A classification in the Saint-Emilion Wine Classification in 2012. Number 3. Jeroboam of Chateau Mouton Rothschild 1945, $310,000. Chateau Mouton Rothschild is a red Bordeaux wine made in Pauillac, France, and is one of the most expensive wines in the world. It is named after the French de Rothschild family, who possess it. An 18th century bottle of Chateau Mouton Rothschild, a famed Bordeaux, was sold at auction for $310,000, much to the delight of the wine industry. They were made between 1843 and 1882, but were never sold as vintage wines. The name comes from King Solomon's Temple, which was reputed to store 3,000 gallons of wine. Number 2. Screaming Eagle Cabernet 1992, $500,000. Screaming Eagle is a wine brand created by the Robert Mondavi Winery in Napa Valley, California. The brand is well known for creating some of the world's highest quality wines. Only 9 bottles were made in 1992, and one was auctioned off for $500,000 to support the American Diabetes Association in 2000. It became the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold at auction at that point. There are just 4 bottles still in existence today. Because of their scarcity, these bottles have been valued at more than $1 million apiece. Number 1. Romanée-Conti, $558,000. The Burgundy wine, Romanée-Conti, is regarded as one of the most costly in the world. It has a cherry and blackcurrant flavor with a dash of pepper and spice. The wine goes well with red meat or game, mixes well with aged cheese, and is even claimed to improve chocolate desserts. This handmade wine is sold for as much as $558,000 per bottle, with a single case fetching $1.6 million at auction. This wine is stored in an underground basement at a temperature of around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 degrees Celsius. This is all from today's video. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, share, and subscribe.